Where we are locally is called Berefu. Some people call it Berefu Island. Some people call it Point of No Return Island. But it is actually not an island. It is a peninsula. And a lot of activities took place where we are many years ago. Now, we were at the Barracoon, where our ancestors that were enslaved were kept. They enter into a small boat that brings them down here. As soon as they come down from the boat, they walk on the slave route that we'll be walking on to have the same experience that our ancestors experienced hundreds of years ago. You are welcome to Berefu, popularly known as the Point of No Return. But for us, it will be the Point of Return. The government called this well Slave Spirit Attenuation Well, but an Agosho called this well the Well of Memory Loss. Why do I call this well the Well of Memory Loss? According to oral history, as soon as the enslaved people were taken to this point, now behind us over there, there's a palm tree there. Around that palm tree was where they usually sit the enslaved people down. And the overseer was the person in charge of the enslaved people. So he will come and fetch water from the well, give to them to drink. As soon as they drink the water, they lose their memory, they become weak. And the purpose simply was that they were also afraid of the slaves. They were afraid of slaves revolting on the slave ship. Now, the numbers of slaves, of the enslaved on a ship, will actually depend on the size of the ship. A ship may carry 200 human beings. Some may carry 80, more or less. But most times, the European merchants, slave merchants on the ship, most times they are between 10, 15, 20. So no matter their numbers, they are not as much as the enslaved people on the ship. So they were afraid of revolt. Now, some said the water was charmed. Others argued that no, the water was drugged. In Benin Republic, we have something similar. There was a tree called the Tree of Forgetfulness. They make the men that time, during the slave era in Bida, they make the men go around the tree 9 times. Women will go around the tree 7 times. The same objective. The question is, does it mean that the tree of forgetfulness in Bida, in Republic of Benin or Benin Republic, does it mean that the tree was also charmed? Whatever they added to it, maybe it was charmed, or maybe it was drugged. It was to make them weak, okay? To make them forget about home, to forget about everything about home, and so that they cannot revolt on the slave ship. It is, you can see, it's glaring today that nobody fetches water from the well. Some say the power is still there. Some say the power is no more there. Nobody wants to try. But this well is another evidence that that trade, that obnoxious trade, actually took place across the shores of West Africa.
were at the point of no return. It's called the point of no return because as soon as the enslaved get to this axis, there will be a small boat waiting to convey them to the big ship because ships could not anchor close by. Once they're in the small boats that takes them to the ship, it becomes the point of no return, a journey to an unknown destination. We are here. Feel the breeze. Everything is calm. This place is beautiful. But when our ancestors were brought here hundreds of years ago, was it beautiful to them? Imagine someone who has sorrows in their hearts, someone who has not eaten for days. This place will not be beautiful to them. They were thinking about home. And you must also understand that our ancestors that were brought here at the time came from the hinterland. They had never seen the sea, never seen the ocean. And here in Africa, we believe so much in the spiritual. Some of them had never seen water that moves. It gave some of them physiological trauma. All they saw was an animal on water, a ship. They were taken in batches, and to them, they were being fed to the ship until they got into the ship themselves. What our ancestors went through can never be quantified. What they went through is enough for us to start thinking of how Africa can become great again. Our history did not begin with the transatlantic slave trade. Our history began from the beginning of the world. But it is important for us to appreciate our ancestors, and one of the ways of us to appreciate them is for us to love one another. It is for the black people all over the world to reunite, to take care of the motherland, to take care of our families across the diaspora. We want them to come back home. We are all one family. It was a point of no return for them, journey to an unknown destination, but it is the point of return for us today.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love am.